Some of the symptoms that I had prior to having the hormonal treatment was I felt very fatigued, tired. I worked long hours, and I was realizing that in the mornings I was just having a very hard time to get up. I wasn't able to focus and concentrate as much as I used to when I was in my 20s.
I had known that the pellets were available because I'm Canadian and my grandmother was on them in the 70s. But I did not know anybody that had them here in the United States, and I didn't investigate any, so I went on heart from a gynecologist. This was unacceptable to me because I knew what it was, so I stopped. And it was only shortly after I stopped taking those pills that I saw the ad for Bellissimo that they had the same pellets that my grandmother was on in Canada in the 70s.
Headaches, fatigue, I just didn't feel right. Menstrual cycle was out of whack. A lot of just headaches and tired, fatigue. I had just had my daughter, so I attributed it to having a new baby and just being tired from the night feedings.
One of the reasons I started taking bioidentical hormones was that I was getting migraine headaches before my menstrual cycle. So that was something that started that I had seen my mother had as in her late 30s she started and probably had migraines until she went into menopause, and I knew that that was something that I didn't want for myself.
Or fatigue, lack of concentration, overall at work, not being able to focus was the main reason.
Lack of sleep, night sweats, morning sweats, irritability, and just not being able to focus as much as I thought I was able to focus prior to receiving the therapy.
Some of the symptoms I had were hot flashes, mood swings, loss of sex drive, and just very unhappy all the time.
Sleeplessness, restless nights, kind of like hot and cold flashes at night, a lot of tossing and turning. I work out like crazy, couldn't get rid of my midsection, and my sex drive was terrible.
One of them was hot flashes, night sweats. I couldn't sleep at night. A lot of joints. I think it was more because I went into menopause, so I had a lot of less energy, very sleepy, very tired. Those were most of the symptoms I had.
The reason why I chose pellets versus creams and or the other methods that are out there was that I liked the fact that the body received it the way that it did. Not knowing all the structure and whatnot about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy on the medical side of the fence, I just liked the way that my body took it as it needed it. And it wasn't like I had too much medication versus not enough. It was something that was more based on what my body needed, and it wasn't up to me to make sure that my body was getting what it needed.
The pellets relieved the symptoms almost immediately within a month, and I began to have other good side effects from them. I had a lot more energy, my vision was better, my hair was better, my skin was better, and I knew that I was saving my bones.
After the insertion of the pellets, I felt a difference within the next 2 weeks. I felt the fatigue started to be less and less. I started to feel a little bit more alert, less tired, a lot more energized.
The main thing, the creams, it just did not work. I had a lot of the hot flashes still and the night sweats. I always felt very, very tired, couldn't sleep. And the pellets just made a whole difference. It just started changing everything.
I would say after about 2 or 3 weeks, I started noticing a difference. And one of the biggest difference I noticed was my energy really started to increase, which I was not expecting. And being a fitness instructor, I thought, well, maybe I was working out too much. But I think when your hormones are low, you start to gradually lose things you don't realize. And then once I got on a regular cycle of the hormones, my energy level really picked up, my migraines went away, and I was very happy.
I didn't try any creams beforehand. Obviously a workout regimen, and would use a lot. I got to the point where I was using so much caffeine, trying to stay awake during the day, and it was a dramatic difference when the pellets, after 2 weeks or so after the initial insertion of the pellets.
2 weeks I started my headaches just happier. I don't know if it was the fact that I was starting a new treatment that was supposed to help, but it was within a couple of weeks.
What I noticed the difference in between the creams and the pellets is, number one, it's more convenient, and you never have to think about it, applying the cream every day. And I also feel like the pellets, you get more of what you need from the pellets because you're not losing it with your sweat and your clothing and things like that during the day.
The relief probably happened within 2 weeks of getting the pellets inserted. I started feeling the difference.
Well, my quality of life has changed. I feel that I'm able to be more active and even notice some small changes in my skin. I just feel, overall, I feel like I should at my age. I feel young and active and able to keep up with my kids and you know, enjoy life.
It's just, it was funny, but it just totally changed. With my girls, they would say how many night sweats I would have, like, or not hot flashes during the day, and I just felt really happy. I didn't have to be sweating in a luncheon, and didn't feel tired. I could sleep. It totally changed my life.
It's wonderful to know that you do have a choice and that you can gain back what you felt you lost for forever. I highly recommend it. I will be on it until I'm dead, and I'm just very thankful that Dr. Narette is the type of doctor that is really concerned about your well-being, and he's there with you every step of the way, and as well as PECMO Medical Sponsor Line.
Dramatic as far as the level of energy at work, being able to stay focused. I'm on the computer half the time at work, and typically I would be coffee every other hour. With the pellets, improve my workout regimen, improve my life at home with the kids, my overall attitude at work as well.
My quality of life has changed because I sleep a heck of a lot better. My wife is a lot happier with me, and I've lost a lot of the weight that I could never shed before.
Absolutely. My skin is nicer, I'm more vibrant, I have a lot more energy.
As a result of the pellets, my quality of life has increased. I've noticed it now that when I go to the gym, I tend to burn more fat. I'm starting to lose more weight. I would say it's improved dramatically.
I'm starting to feel like my old self again. It took about 3 years, about 2.5 years to find the hormone therapy, and I've been on it for about 6 months now, and slowly but surely, just everything is falling into place.
Oh, my quality of life has changed. I can almost cry 100%. For myself, physically, mentally, and for my emotional and my marriage, everything.
I have told many friends about the hormone. My aunt is actually doing it now. She had a hysterectomy 10 years ago and she started it. I've told my mom, my friends, everyone about the pellet. It's just a wonderful invention.
I've told all my friends, I've told my siblings. I'm constantly telling people they should really look into it, and hopefully they'll sign up.
I've told all my friends about it, and they're all at different stages. We're all in our mid-40s, and some are ready to try, some aren't yet, but I think it's something that as time goes on, they're going to see just how valuable it is.
I try and tell as many people as possible because it really has changed my life.
I have told many friends and family members about bioidentical hormones, and especially about Dr. Narette, and how wonderful him and his family are to us. Treat us like we are family, and I feel wonderful.
I've told 2 family members and approximately 12 friends that they needed to come see Dr. Narette.
Since I've been on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, I've informed every single person that I know, not only my friends, but also just anyone that I run into along my path. It's information that I think you need to share. And I know of at least, from just not my friends, but I've brought at least 12 to 15 people to Dr. Narette that are receiving bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. And I'm constantly giving out cards, and I'm just a walking testimonial of what it will do for you, and I think I'm living proof of how great it is, and I want to share it with everybody.
I've told so many friends, and they all had different symptoms. They had like depression, night sweats, and it just made a difference. So I told a lot of them about the pellets. They just really have been changing their lives because of that.
When I came to see Dr. Norette, I chose him because he had a wonderful bedside manner, and he was very informative. Any question that I asked, he had the answer. He's very educated about these things.
Dr. Norette has a fantastic reputation in overall Weston, so most of my medical services are in Weston, and got his name referred. It continued to come up from family physician, from my wife, who was in the cosmetic industry before, that I needed to talk with Dr. Norette. He's extremely knowledgeable and sold me, once he and I had a lengthy discussion the first time about the benefits of the procedure.
I chose Dr. Norette. It was a referral. It started as a referral, and I had several issues going on at the same time that I wasn't aware of. He started with a very thorough test, saliva, blood. He tested the adrenal gland. I mean, he said that he was going to fix me. So it was just a combination of different things, and the pellet has definitely been one of the things that slowly but surely curing me.
Dr. Norette was first originally recommended to me by a friend, and when I sat with him and spoke with him, I felt really comfortable being around him, and that he was going to be someone that I could rely on to look out for my health.
The main reason that I chose Dr. Norette was that I just felt very trustworthy with him. I tried so many different doctors, and it was a one-on-one relationship, and it just made me feel better, and I trusted him, especially with my symptoms going away.
I chose Dr. Norette and Bellissima Medical Spa mainly because my wife was coming here for a number of different services, and this place is just, it's kind of like a family atmosphere here. Everybody knows your name and everybody takes care of you.
I chose Dr. Norette because I researched him and I liked what I read and decided to give it a try because what I was doing before wasn't working as well, and I wanted to feel good and be healthy.
I decided to go with Dr. Norette because I did some research on hormonal therapy, and I realized that he was one of the top doctors and had the most aggressive programs in the South Florida area.
The reason why I chose Dr. Norette versus some of the other doctors that are out doing hormone replacement therapy is due to the fact that upon coming in for my initial consultation, he spent a great deal of time with me. He wanted to know everything that was going on with me as far as my medical history, and as well as the symptoms I was having, and he cared. I believe that Dr. Norette is truly a doctor, and he is very concerned about his patients' well-being. And I love him, and I love Bellissima Medical Spa and Salon, and I not only come here for bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, but I come here for everything that the spa offers.
The only thing I can do is recommend this to every woman that's having any hot flashes or any symptoms of menopause. And for the younger girls, it could offlay them for a long time.
This is a process. Working in the industry, that I'm in the medical industry now, you see a lot of different varieties of treatments to improve your focus, improve your activity, improve your home life, relationship with your spouse. This seems to be the most effective, no side effects on my behalf. So to me, there was really no downside to this. So I'm on my fourth procedure, if you will, for the pellets, and I'm extremely happy.